Welcome guys to a session of X-Plane 12, where we learn how to fly with a Cessna 132. Usually what most student pilots learn with. It's considered one of the, if not the easiest airplane to learn to fly with. So, before engine startup, let's see, a pre-flight inspection. We can't walk around this thing, but it would be the walk around where we check bolts, they're all screwed in, check for any obstructions, see if there's any nests inside the propeller area, check the pitot, there's no obstruction, static port, etc., etc. So pre-flight inspection complete. Seatbelts adjusted, fuel selectable, we want it on both, the middle is both, so that is a check. Circuit breakers, they're all in, nothing sticking out, nothing lights up, circuit breakers are all good. Circuit breakers check. Avionics radios off, that is a go, check. Brakes are set. And we want mixture rich. Let's get the primer here is going to be 3 1/4. That's 1, 2, 3, and we leave it open at around 1/4, which is around there, maybe a little less. Alright, throttle open at 1/4, check, master on, beacon on, and this is where we would yell clear so people get away from the propeller. So clear. The hell away from that propeller. Let's see if we nailed 1000. Almost. Reducing to 1000 RPM. That is a check. 1000 RPM. Oil pressure. That'll be around here. Right. That is green. Oil pressure is go. Avionics and radios on. Setting frequencies. We want that on standby. That's the emergency signal. The automatically set load frequencies. Let's see. This is where we are at this range, but when we're close to the airport, the VOR is a little inaccurate, so let's not go off of this to come back if we're going to take off, in this case, runway 09. Let's type in 09. From here, we adjust 97. So it's a little to the right of Echo. A little to the right of that line. Around there. So that's adjusted. Radios and avionics are on, and on frequency, radios and avionics, that is a check. Lights as required. We're going to want landing, taxi, and navigation. Doors and windows are closed, brakes are set, mixture is rich, we want 1700 RPM. Right around there. One more, 1700 RPM to do a mixture adjust. So we pull until the RPMs no longer rise. Looks like it's going to be around there. Still rising, and we lower. So mixture is around there. Mixture adjusted. We go for a magneto check with these RPMs. Left magneto deviation, no more than 100 RPM. Return to both, and then it'll recover. Right magneto check deviation, no more than 100 RPM, and return to both, then recover. Now with these RPMs, we check the instruments. Oil pressure is go. Oil temperature is green, pressure between 4 and 6, and perimeters charging. Instruments are go. Check. We reduce the power to 1000 RPM, and this is where we would obtain clearance. This is what a full-on flight session would look like. Starting all this in the hangars. This being the hangar area. This is an airport in the middle of Mexico. Just trying to look for one in the Mojave, but this works too. Let's see. MMQT, ramp gate 6H, hangar A. This is us, our position, and let's get ATC going. Let's request a VFR departure. Let's go north. So it'll sound something like, get up at a tower. Good day, this is X-Ray Bravo. I think we have it set to Alpha Delta Hotel. Let me double check. Well, yes, it's set to Alpha Delta Hotel. Didn't see it from there, but just from memory. It'll sound something like, this is X-Ray Bravo, Alpha Delta Hotel. We wait for some information back, like, go ahead, Alpha Delta. And we reply with the last initials, not the whole X-Ray Bravo thing. So just Alpha Delta Hotel, it says no 172 in Hangars for local flight returning today. Request IFR taxi departing north, 8,500, 20 miles out. Information XYZ. And that would be from the ATIS. You would get the information, whether it's Foxtrot, Alpha, Quebec, whatever it is. They would give us our taxi and we would reply with the same information. Let's say they asked us to go Golf, Alpha, Alpha, maintain Alpha, short of runway 09er. That is exactly what we would say. Alpha Delta Hotel at the end. So we would start taxi Golf, Alpha, maintain Alpha, short of runway 09er, Alpha Delta Hotel. Then we run on it over there. And once we're there, another set of instructions. So let's start.
Tower Intercontinental Tower, X-Ray Bravo Alpha Delta Hotel, Cessna 172, for local flight returning today, 1 POB, request taxi for IFR flight departing to the north.
Alpha Delta Hotel, runway 0, taxi flight Golf 2, Golf 1, Golf, and Alpha, full short of runway 0.
I'm going to repeat the same thing. What 1 POB means is one person on board, but that is not necessary for these airports. That's just how many people on board, how many souls you might recognize it as. So I read this back. Taxi via Golf 2, Golf 1, Golf, and Alpha, holding short of runway 09er, Alpha Delta Hotel, runway 09er.
Alpha Delta Hotel, runway 0, taxi flight Golf 2.
Yeah, don't leave him waiting. That's pretty accurate right there.
Full short of runway 0.
Runway 09, taxi flight Golf 2, Golf 1, Golf, and Alpha, hold short runway 09, Alpha Delta Hotel.
Alpha Delta Hotel, don't transmit it when the channel's busy.
My bad, didn't notice. Sounds quiet, let's get the altimeter.
Alpha Delta Hotel, request QNH.
Alpha Delta Hotel, QNH 1013.
Alright, we would adjust this. 101, that is around 3. 3, a little more. Right around there. So QNH accurate, looks like it's pretty high elevation. We're at 6,000, almost 300. 6,290 something, so 6,300 is our neutral, that's our ground. We are nowhere near ocean level, so to taxi we went around 1,300 RPM. 1,300 is completely unnecessary once you have some momentum. So let's do more 1,100 to get things going. Hit the right rudder and release the brakes. A little more revolutions. Get it all spelled out for us. There's a line guiding us to our gate, to our ramp, I mean. Going a little fast so we can decrease down to 1,000 now that we have some momentum. Let's see if we're clear on the left. Alright, we're good. Ideally you would see some shadows, and if the shadows touch, your wings would touch. Now we're going a little fast, let's introduce some brakes. A little bit of brake, a little bit of brake. Let's run it over this way rather than following the trajectory there. You want to do a flight surface control check. It's part of the procedures. Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. I thought they were going to crash into me. Let's do our flight surface control check around here. Let's get to an edge. Get a little out of the way of these trucks. It's like field trucks. Super flammable. And let's get to one of those lines. And let's do our flight surface control check around here. 4 RPM to turn. Okay. Right around here, and let's set those brakes. We gotta do it manually. I'm just using an Xbox remote here. There it is. Alright, so let's see. Where are we? Altimeter and gyro are set. We need our taxi. We have our taxi clearance obtained. We use throttle at around 1100 RPM to get some momentum going. So now we do our flight surface control check. This is what it would look like. First 2 flight control surfaces are pitch, so 1 and 2. The plane moved, it is go. 3 and 4th would be the roll, so 3 and 4. But we want to see that the wings are actually doing something. Alright, let's check the other way. Hardly see. Can't see from here. Wings are moving. Let's change the view here. Alright, that's surface control 3 and 4 for our roll. 5 and 6 is going to be the pedals, so we look behind us. That is 5 and 6. Can't really see 6, but we can see a little bit of motion there. Let's change the view. Alright, there it is. It's moving. We got 5 and 6. And the 7th flight control surface is going to be brakes, so we'll just release that at the end. Let me see what the rudder control would look like. Left, right. That's 5 and 6. And 7th is brakes, so we release that. Brakes are set, they work. Let's go. Get some momentum at 1,000 and change, no more than 1,300 RPM. Our trim is neutral, and we are following our taxi. Instructions were Golf 2, Golf 1, Golf, and Alpha. So this line here is Golf. All of it is Golf. Let's reduce RPM, we're going a little fast. We gotta check out that traffic. Usually ATC informs us that there's going to be traffic, and usually tells us to hold short of Golf. Holding short of Golf would be holding short somewhere around here. So let's check out, he's going to crash into us. Looks like we're, nope, that's going to crash into us. And so is that thing. Nothing behind it. So once that crosses, let's keep an eye on our right. A little premeditated here. Let's get going. Alright, looks like we're clear on the left and clear on the right. Clear left, clear right. Very good to continue taxiing. All of this is Golf. Those are the instructions on how to taxi. Going a little fast, let's reduce. Introduce a little brakes, a little more brakes. And we are on Golf. That is the black digit or letter. Next to it on yellow is Alpha. So left and right is Alpha. We will be leaving Golf to join Alpha to the right. You would also have to scope out the airport so you don't accidentally make a wrong turn that could spell out a loss of license or a pilot deviation. So we go this way. Give ourselves a little bit of a challenge with the broken weather. What we want is to be immortal in the air, to not have the weather affect us when we practice with rain. just a little bit of thunder, and increase it from there. So it's going to be super windy and somewhat difficult to control. You're going to have to compensate and just go against the drafts and wind. And the ATIS gives you that kind of information. The trajectory of the wind based on a radial or a heading. Looks like Alpha is going to be at the end. Tell me this is Alpha, so he joined Golf, exited Golf to join Alpha, and we are currently on Alpha. And we want to find the other Alpha to hold short of the runway. Looks like Alpha's coming up. Alpha, Alpha. I'll be going a little fast. We want to introduce a little bit of brake. You don't want to go much lower than 1,000 RPM, so brakes is what you use. Kind of like a motorbike, you want to keep the engine running a little hot so it doesn't turn off. Okay, that's going to be Alpha, right at the edge. And running it, the runway is pointing east, so it's 09er. Once we reach our position over here behind the line, you want to report to ATC. One more brake. And you want to hold short behind that line, otherwise you're going to get a pilot deviation and a number your way. So there's the line. You're going to get close, but not pass it.
Alpha Delta Hotel, report ready.
Alpha Delta Hotel on Alpha, holding short of runway 09er, ready for departure.
Welcome, Alpha Delta Hotel.
That is will comply.
Alpha Delta Hotel, ready for departure.
Alpha Delta Hotel, squawk 1605, fly heading 100, wind flight path variable runway 0, clear for takeoff.
We will repeat that information and turn this on, not have it on standby. Read back the transmission, squawk 160 fly, heading 100, runway 09er, clear for takeoff, Alpha Delta Hotel.
Squawk 1605, flight headed 100, runway 09, cleared for takeoff, Alpha Delta Hotel.
And don't keep anyone waiting, we take off here. Let's get 1 point of flaps, our trim is neutral. We don't reply with the wind light variable thing, just the rest. So we're heading, we're going to fly a little to the right of east. It's adjusted in the air, we don't have much time here, we want to take off quick. Don't go full throttle yet, find your center of runway. Trim neutral. Alright, now full throttle, we're at center of runway. We got 1 point of flaps. And this thing might take off a little bit sooner than 65 knots since it's super windy and broken, the weather broken. Looks like instruments stayed green. We got airspeed live. Should be taking off soon, and this is what you do want to communicate to your co-pilot. And positive ascension at 500. Let's trim up a little bit. Chase that center of runway, releasing a little bit of right rudder to lean left. It's going to be windy, so compensate against the wind. The wind is hitting you to the right, make a little bit of left pedal. That's what I mean by compensating. So we keep center of runway at full throttle unless we're 300 feet in the air. In this case, if we're at 6,300 at ground, we want 6,600. There it is, 6,600, so flaps up and don't let it ascend or descend. Still at 500 ascension, and eventually once the runway runs out, we fly heading 100.
Contact Mexico Center 123.500.
Read that back.
Contact Mexico Center 123.500, Alpha Delta Hotel.
Let's tune to that frequency and lean a little to the right. We want to fly heading 100. It's rainy. At Let's see. We want decimal 5. It's so much easier with an actual knob. This way, and 1, 2, 3. Here we are, and let's contact. Now it's active. Inactive. Active.
Alpha Delta Hotel, Cessna 172. Drop Carrot Taro Intercontinental to Carrot Taro Intercontinental, altitude 7,200, 1 POD. Request flight following.
Barely here, but read that back.
Walk 1606, QNH 1013. Flight following. X-ray from Alpha Delta Hotel.
So we reported there is our position. So in this case we would be 7,500, heading 1, 2, 3, and our distance. Our distance wouldn't be relevant since we had to communicate with different station, different frequency, but if it was ATC on the airport, we would reply distance from the airport. Flight following is a service, so we keep track of you and tell you where you are, what the wind is, what to avoid, if there's other planes nearby, and what altitude you should be flying to avoid the Fat Boys or other airplanes. The Fat Boys being the commercial airplanes, airliners. If they're going to land, they're going to leave a lot of turbulence, and you want to avoid that. So QNH, we have it at 1013. We are all a-go. We flew heading 100 and reported with the new frequency, which is Mexico Center. I'm going to check out our distance from the airport. Pop that. This should be working. There it is. So inactive number, active number. Let's swap them out. So we want to depart 100, and from there we have our area, and we were going to fly north, so let's hit north. We are 140. We want to fly left. Let's fly left and smack that right or north radial. It's going to be very difficult, so pay attention to your trim. Do not fight the plane so much, otherwise you're going to get exhausted after a long flight. Send trim up a little to not ascend too much. We're at 6,300 elevation from at the airport, and we want to fly minimum 1,000 feet in the air. We want 7,300, but let's go 2,000. Let's do 8,500 actually. Let's descend a little bit to be ready for landing and avoid these clouds. If it's something that deviates from your original flight plan that you turned in, you want to report that. So requesting altimeter change, altitude change. So there we are at 8,500, we want to keep that. So we want cruising speed. So cruising speed for a Cessna 172 is going to be 2,300 RPMs. On an old model, maybe 2,350. So let's go 2003 since it's considered brand new. Engine in healthy shape. Doing everything by the book at 8,005. Not much higher because we're going to have to go IFR probably. Considering those clouds are just going to obstruct. Throttle for height, pitch for speed. Let's get a little bit of height. Maintain 8,500, not deviate too much from it. You know what we forgot? Landing taxi again. That's what you do along with the flaps up at 300 feet in the air. In this case, 6,600. Alright. Certain decision. No, we know where we are. And if we want to land, we would request an approach, so it sounds like initial contact would be get out of the tower. This is X-Ray Bravo Alpha Delta Hotel. We would wait for a go-ahead and we would reply Alpha Delta Hotel requesting approach. We would mention our position, which we want at 8,005. Throttle up. Not more than 1,000, otherwise you're going to stall. It's going to be difficult with broken weather. So we would reply 8,500, heading 3, 4, 5, 10 miles outbound, 10 miles inbound. We just saw that number drop. So we would say correction, 10 miles in. So then they would give us instructions, maybe the runway 27 left, and we would reply approach cleared, runway 27 left, Alpha Delta Hotel. My brain went a little iffy there. Almost forgot. And left because it, from our current position and heading, the airport would have been to the left of us. So if ATC asks Alpha Delta Hotel position, we would go from left to right here. 8,500 heading 2, 8, 5, 9 miles inbound, Alpha Delta Hotel. So let's start a slow procedure. Let's go ahead and land. So the procedure is 2,000 RPM. We're in a wide arc for the airspeed, so we can smack 1 point of flaps, which we had on. Pretty sure we flipped those up. That's probably why we were flying so slow. Since our elevation is 6,300, we want to descend. Since we're at around 8,200. It's not giving us an option to request landing, so hopefully we don't get yelled at. All the answers and questions are predetermined, so we can't do anything original here, like request. Unless... there it is. Request visual landing at airport MMQT.
Alpha Delta Hotel. Request landing at Taro Intercontinental.
There we go, I figured it out. Volume up, please. But it doesn't work. This is how you would turn the volume up. It would be this for pilot and co-pilot. Let's read that back and we get it.
Turn left at 220. Runway 09. Alpha Delta Hotel.
No. How do I get out of this screen? Thank you. So volume would be to the right. It is not. Climb and maintain 1,000? That's not 1,100. They want 11,000. Let's go ahead and follow. Let's climb full throttle. We figure out this display. Cannot for the life of me get the volume higher. No, let's just do it. Screw everything up, so we wanted to. We're climbing, baby. frequency of 118. We deviated from here. 118. This is good to practice in case you are in an emergency. You know exactly where you are, what to do.
Climb ahead. 1000. Alpha Delta Hotel.
We'll probably have to give up on the volume. Can't control much of these things. Someone can tell me how the volume works. It's not working here. Well, let's give up the volume, we can read the transmission. Alpha Delta Hotel, turning right, heading 360. Runway 09, climbing and maintaining 1 and 1000.
Right, heading 360. Vectors for visual runway 09. Climbing ahead 1000. Alpha Delta Hotel.
That's what we forgot. Alpha Delta Hotel. Fly heading 360 and we're climbing. Why do we want to be so high? Maybe it's a fat boy, let's just follow. Get that center with a little bit of right pedal. There we are. And level out before reaching your heading. 355. Oh, we're gonna fly into those clouds. These are bad instructions. Let's just follow them anyway. Alright, we reached our heading. Climbing to 1000. Makes sense that we have to position ourselves, but why the height? Heading makes sense. Altitude does not. There are some situations where you have to do what's best for the airplane, even if it violates instructions. This might be one of those cases where we want to fly a hell of a lot lower. I don't know why they want 11,000. Why the hell are the flaps on? Oh, we were descending. These are good things to be able to point out, figure out that you are doing them wrong. Good, now we're getting speed. And we're IFR. Great ATC instructions. Let's see a little bit. Getting close to 9,000. Climb at 1000. Alright, we're gonna reach 11,000 at this rate. About at 500 feet per minute. You have enough speed to climb at 1000. In conditions that'll increase lift. Lost our heading, we went a little more to the left to reach 360. So deviate so much, and let's turn while climbing. Let's trim down so there are no stays up. We're not climbing at the rate we need to. Let's trim down below neutral. It's usually not necessary with clear weather, but this is broken. Super broken. Which is what we want to add a layer of complexity and challenge. Clear weather is not going to be predictable in every area. Alright, we're at 10,000, one more 1,000 before leveling out. That's a lot of distance, 8 miles. We've deviated again a little bit. Let's head north. You're usually going to avoid IFR conditions. You want to be able to see. Wow, it's difficult. You can easily stall if you're not paying attention to the instruments. 9 miles out. 10,500. Only climbing at 500. Let's get the trim down a little more. Okay, good climb. Deviating from our heading. Start a jazz band up here. Can't see anything. Why this distance? Thank you. Turning left, heading 270, descending and maintaining 8,500 Alpha Delta Hotel.
Turn left, heading 270. Descend and maintain 8,500 Alpha Delta Hotel.
2,000 RPM. Trim neutral. Let's trim down just a little. It's going to descend a lot. Alright. As we trim and start to descend, we're going to get to 8,005. I'm descending, baby.
Descend and maintain 8,500 Alpha Delta Hotel.
Making me miss my heading. Is this what you want to not yell at me? I'm sending it around 2,000. Which you should never do. Otherwise I'm going to cancel the flight following and leave me on my own. And I can't see. Alright, heading is set. Let's get 2,000 RPM. Oof, wow. I see a mountain. I don't know about this 8,005. Alright, we're at 9,000, a little more. It's trim neutral. It's slightly above. Is 270, let's go a little to the right as we descend. And there we are, 8,500. Let's recover. We're where you want us, baby. With some useful info. You should not have sent us into the clouds. Let's recover some altitude. We're getting a little low. 8,004, we want 8,005. But our heading to be 270. Putting yourself in these situations in simulation, that's what's going to keep you alive. Turning right, heading 270, Alpha Delta Hotel.
Turn right at 270, Alpha Delta Hotel.
That's where we're going, baby. You've sent us into the clouds. It's not a sense so much. See a whole lot of nothing. There's a little bit of ground. That's good. Climb and maintain 8,005. Wow, we're getting knocked around everywhere. Let's go trim neutral. Head to the right. Ascend. Let's chase at 2,300 cruising speed. It's going to fluctuate a lot. Turn right to 270. Where are you leading me to? I had a great trajectory to the runway. You made me deviate and there was no plane incoming. Got no horizon as a reference point. This is total IFR. I am 270, baby. Turning right, heading 270, Alpha Delta Hotel.
Turn right at 270, Alpha Delta Hotel.
Oh, good. We're getting clearer. Let's ascend a little. Remember, it's throttle to ascend or descend, not your pitch. Let's go trim neutral. They're gonna fly us into that moon. We should just cancel these instructions. Flying around. Gamble our lives because they told us to. If they get me any closer to that mountain, I'm gonna cancel these instructions. I'm gonna do it on my own, man. Cancel approach clearance. Screw you guys. You're going home. Let's descend. Already so much speed. Let's go to 2,000. Approach clearance cancelled. Resuming our navigation. Alpha Delta Hotel.
Approach clearance cancelled. Resume on navigation. Alpha Delta Hotel.
Right, not too low. Let's see where we are. That's 7,005. It's around 1,200 feet in the air. We're good. 10 miles inbound. Let's line up our radials for runway. What would it be? We took off 09. Would be 127. Let's get both going. Alright, runway's this way. We want to land 09er. Let's get the runway in sight. Let's not descend anymore. Let's recover. 7,005. Might see it. I think I see the Pappies. Run there. And if we're going to land 09er, it's going to be to the right of us. Known as CDI centered. So let's fly 145-ish. Let's see that to move a little quicker. Oh, bad simulation instructions. Like I said, sometimes you gotta do what's best for you. ATC doesn't know what's going on around you. It's a good lesson there. Prioritize your life rather than following instructions. Deal with the number later. Get yourself home. It's not ascend anymore. Six miles. I see the runway. You would communicate that to a co-pilot. Runway in sight. So dangerous. Miles in. Let's trim up to not ascend any further. Let's get a glance at the airport. I see it. Begin to slightly line up. Let's not lose altitude. Miles inbound. So right around here we would turn on our landing and taxi. And let's do our own taxiing to the hangars. And that's where we would do our after landing checklist. So we got 2 and 2, let's keep this level. Let's not descend. That's the taxi, this is runway 09. Plus this little arrow points to the airport, tells you your position. You get exact position this way. Keeping 1 to destination and 1 to tell you exactly where you are. Getting close to that runway, close to that radio. Let's check out the Pappies. Alright, we're a little high. Let's go to 2,000 RPM. Begin descent. 3 miles in. In being inbound. Now we gotta compensate, and because of these winds heading our way, the flare is gonna be a bit more difficult. So we're gonna need to flare even less than usual. Since we're gonna have a lot of lift. We have the face wind. Okay, we do want to keep a little bit of speed, so that pitch down is good. Let's do 1,000 feet of descension per minute. Okay, there's one Pappy. And two. Let's reduce it to 500 feet of ascension. Alright, start removing the power. Not all of it. A little low. Crossed umbral. Let's remove throttle. Throttle completely, and let's flare. There we are, center of runway. Screw ATC. Keep that center, there's a lot of wind. Do not introduce brakes. Just let it roll, let it roll. Alright, introducing brakes. Get this revolution of 1,000 up, have this thing turn off, and let's exit this place. Wow, that's a lot of wind. Alright, flaps up. Let's get 1,300 RPM to taxi. You have violated ATC instructions. I know. Let's get that number. You led me into the clouds, baby. You almost crashed me into a mountain. Exiting Gulf. Gulf? Yeah, Gulf. Gulf to Hangars. Let's check the runway, our right is clear. We need so many revolutions, we can introduce a little bit of brake. Gulf. Exited 09 through Gulf. And if everything went as planned, we would be telling that to ATC. Taxiing Gulf to Hangars. Good day, Alpha Delta Hotel. And that's where you exited the runway. In this case, it was exactly Gulf. If we had exited where we were at the gates, we would be exiting runway 09 through Gulf. Through Alpha, Gulf. This being Gulf. Destination to Hangars. So exiting runway 09, Alpha, Gulf, Alpha Delta Hotel. Good day. Is wind even here? Wow. Oh shit, that crashed into us. The traffic is inaccurate. Instructions are not good. We're better off just flying around, getting that practice in. And we do not have to follow that exact line. But we do have to slow down before reaching that area. So we head to our hangar, which is right at the end, far left, upper left. I'm going to follow that line. That line is going to tell us that our wings left and right are going to be clear. I'm gonna smack that plane or smack a hangar. Right. Visualize that line underneath us. Looks like we are clear. Yes, clear. What do these jets get here? I wonder if that was what was landing or they just popped in. The instructions were wrong the whole time. Makes no sense to ascend if you're gonna request landing. You're 8,005 and they wanted 1,000, which is 11,000. These do not have the best simulation of ATC instructions. Seem to only have an emphasis on downdrafts and airport details through satellite imagery embedding. I'm betting this one's accurate. Okay, pop the brake, and let's do our after landing checklist. Reducing power to 1,000 RPM. Check. Flaps are up. Check. Lights off. Landing, taxi, navigation. Beacon stays on. So lights are off. Check. Radios and avionics. You do not turn this off immediately. Turn off. Display would turn off. We turn off counterclockwise. Display would turn off. We turn left counterclockwise. And display would turn off. Then avionics. So that's radios and avionics off. Check. Mixture off. So we pull. Mixture around 1,000 RPM. And we pull. We wait for the propeller to stop spinning. Well, it looks like right around there it stops spinning. So mixture is off. Check. Magneto's off. Check. We pull the key, leave it dangling here. Beacon off. And master off. Field selector valve we leave on both. That would be the instructions for an after landing. And that after landing we do it in the hangars. Let's leave a neutral for the next guy. That might be considered a courteous thing to do or a polite thing to do. Maybe good manners. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and maybe hopefully learned something. Hope to see you in the next session.